Okay, welcome back, guys.
You want to find out how your dog is killing you?
to the Labrador Energy Podcast, the podcast where we talk about murdering dogs. That'll be a fun podcast. Today I have Christoph Schmidt from Venezuela. Say hello, Christoph.
Hello.
Good to see you, Christoph. We haven't spoken in some time. Last time I saw you was before New Year's, right?
Yeah.
You're a comedian.
I try to be.
Self-declared. Christoph is a comedian friend of mine. You are from Venezuela, yes?
Yeah.
So we wanted I was explaining you the format of the podcast, talking about like cultural stuff. But before we talk about that, how have the past weeks and months been for you, the pandemic style?
More boring than anything else.
How old is your kid now? You've recently had a child?
The kid is almost a year and a half now.
Oh, okay. That's not recent at all.
No.
Okay, so he's
been around.
He's been around. Yeah, he's seen some shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Literally. Is he walking at the moment?
Yeah, he's walking. He's going to Kita and stuff.
Ah, okay.
So good.
But he's just, is he doing anything at Kita? He's just there, right?
He's just hanging out.
Okay, with like all the other Turkish kids.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Was it difficult? For those of you that don't know what a Kita is, it's a kindergarten.
Yeah.
Is that the accurate?
Yeah, it's kindergarten.
Interesting. I didn't know they could go to kindergarten so early here. Because like for me, I went to kindergarten when I was like 6 in Romania.
Yeah, but I remember I also went to kindergarten when I was like 4.
Okay.
Like kind of like preschool sort of thing.
And until then, like did you grow up in Venezuela?
Yeah, in Caracas.
Caracas. Very nice. When did you move from Venezuela? Let's get into that.
When I was, I think, 19.
And you are how old now?
34.
Okay, that's almost double.
Yeah, almost half my life.
Almost, very good. But you left, okay, so you left at a similar time as I left. I'm 31 at the moment. So we're not that different. At the moment. We're not that different, the two of us.
When did you leave?
18.
18?
Yeah. But what was your motivator for leaving?
Didn't need much of a motivation. I didn't have much option.
Okay.
Because I was in a German school.
Oh, you were in German school?
Yeah.
Is that common in Venezuela?
No. But since my parents are German.
Oh, they're full on German?
Yeah.
Okay. So they were like on sabbatical there, or what were they doing?
No, they like my dad actually, like he was supposed to travel the world. That's what he wanted to do.
He's first world bill.
Yeah, but then the first country he went was Venezuela, and then he just stayed. He's the worst.
Really?
Worst world traveler there is.
Why did he meet your mother, or?
No, he met her here in Germany, and then he just said like, "Hey,
do you want to go to Venezuela?
Want to go to South America?"
Oh, really? They both were like, okay.
Yeah, like my mom had 2 kids by then already.
Oh, really?
My two, like my brother and my sister.
Oh, interesting. So she moved with the kids?
Yeah.
How old was your dad when he made this move, this daring move?
About, I think 20-something, end of 20s, like maybe early 30s.
Interesting. This is like fucking 80s, right?
Yeah, like...
What a brazen move.
Like when he did the move, I think it was even earlier, it was like 70-something, and he brought my mom in the 80s, early 80s.
Okay, interesting. And they were like, life is better here, or?
Yeah, they were just like, hey, you want to come?
And what was your dad doing, if you don't mind me asking?
He was an engineer, and then he was selling machines that make plastic bottles.
Interesting. In Venezuela?
Yeah.
For a German company?
Yeah.
Okay, it makes sense. So they probably were like, oh, you're an expat here, you speak Spanish.
Yeah, sort of like he was looking for something to do, and then they were like, hey, you want to sell these machines?
Okay, very interesting. So then in that situation, you were born in Venezuela?
Yeah.
So you have a Venezuelan passport?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Does he have like, what does he have on it? Is it like flowers? I don't know much about Venezuela. I know they win in the Miss Universe.
Yeah.
I know Sofia Vergara is Colombian, not Venezuelan.
Yeah.
I know that. I know she's not Venezuelan.
She's not Venezuelan.
That's one thing I know about Venezuela. They cannot claim Sofia Vergara.
Yeah.
What else? I know that they wanted to make like a Bitcoin petro-bar.
Yeah, the petro.
Okay.
It was called.
I know that was happening. Then the economy is not too bueno.
No. It's not good at all.
not bueno at all.
But there's like a parallel economy now.
Like functioning on what? The petro-bar?
No, on dollars.
Oh, okay. So there's just basically people just like believe in dollars.
Yeah, it's like they couldn't afford shit in bolivars, so they just went like, well, hey,
fuck it,
just use dollars instead.
Okay,
So people that have money can afford shit, and people who don't, well, they get fucked anyway. So
they
that's their plan. I don't know.
They feed the dogs.
Yeah, I don't know what the overall plan was for that, but yeah. I guess.
How big is Venezuela as a country?
It's fairly big.
Like 10 million, 20 million?
People?
Yeah.
It was, I would say 30.
Oh, that's pretty big. It's bigger than Romania.
But I don't know how many there are now, because there was this big exodus of people.
People just left, yeah?
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Where did they go?
Mostly Colombia.
Colombia?
Yeah, in the US.
Interesting. Because it's easier
Brazil.
to become... Yeah, Brazil. Okay, and you were there till 19. So do you consider yourself Venezuelan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess both of it. Because in Venezuela you're more the German kid because you look German.
Right. I mean, do you physically look apart from all they're like, this guy's German, this Aleman?
Yeah.
Okay. People in Venezuela, they're more like Latinos?
Yeah, sort of.
Bigger
yeah.
butts?
Or if they're whitish, then they're probably more like Spanish.
I've been to Brazil. That's the only place I've been in South America. And I know like they were saying like all the Europeans went south there, like in the south of Brazil.
But it's similar in Brazil with the population. Like if you see white people, they're mostly
of European
descent, or
okay.
like Portuguese or Spanish. There's also, I think, a big German community in Brazil.
And then when you were growing up in Venezuela, like what was the situation like? Was it rough?
No. No, I can't lie.
We had it pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty okay.
It's pretty okay. The bolivars were flowing.
It was pretty decent.
Nice. Were you like living in the city center or no, suburbs?
More suburbs.
Okay, so like that's the sign of like good life in Venezuela. You're living in the suburbs?
No, not necessarily. I mean, if you have a penthouse in the middle of the city, I guess that's also
right.
Pretty.
Because I remember when I first left Romania, like in Romania, the idea is like, especially in my city, it was like the closer you live to the city center, the better
you are.
The better you are, yeah. Because like in the city center, they had the McDonald's. So the closer you are to McDonald's, the more important you were.
I think it's so funny that McDonald's is like a status symbol for countries. Because I remember in the 90s when they built the McDonald's,
right.
like not near our house, but like it was on the way to the city center.
Okay.
And it was like, yeah, they built a McDonald's. And it was like, finally, it has arrived near us. You didn't have to drive half an hour to get it.
Oh, you had to go half an hour? Oh, okay.
No, not to this one. This one was like 15 minutes away or 10 minutes away.
Because like for us, the McDonald's came in 99.
All right.
Like
it's pretty late.
Pretty late, bro. Like
yeah.
So that's why I have that joke about like we got McDonald's in 99 and then we got color TV in 2003. Romania. But I remember like one of my neighbors was talking to my mom because my mom was working for the city council.
Yeah.
She was trying to convince her to see if they could get some connections because she wanted to do her daughter's wedding at McDonald's. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the guys at McDonald's are like, no, we're multinational corporations. We're not.
We are not doing weddings.
Yeah, we don't do chicken fries we don't do like McNuggets for the wedding.
Yeah.
We don't do special customized McNuggets for your wedding, and then. And then basically they're like, no, because like, you know, at that time in Romania, I was like, who do we bribe to make this happen? Who do we talk to?
Ronald McDonald?
Yeah, exactly. Get me Ronald on the phone. I want I want to kill a pig in the middle of the McDonald's. That's the Romanian tradition.
Like, put your manager on the phone.
Yeah. So then like obviously they did not end up doing that because that's not how multinationals work.
Right. I better remember I was at a birthday party at McDonald's once.
They were doing those, yeah.
Yeah, when I was a kid.
And then you could do like a birthday party and they'd bring like the Happy Meals.
Yeah, we got a Happy Meal.
And then there would be situations where like this is like the city in the middle of Romania.
Yeah.
And then there's like little villages all around, right? Like actual villages. Around the city has like 90,000 people. And then the rest around like villages.
All right.
Does that happen in Venezuela? Do you have villages?
Yeah.
Like around the cities, right? So then basically there would be schools around the main city center and they would bring kids from the school on a school trip to McDonald's.
Okay.
And then basically they would not have enough money to get a Happy Meal at McDonald's. So then it was the sad meal, the saddest meal.
The saddest meal.
Yes.
The happiest, saddest meal you ever had.
So then this was like, and like I thought it was only like in my city, but then I've met Romanians that abroad and they were like, yeah, we went. I was on that trip to the McDonald's.
That's a cultural thing. You know?
Yeah. So that was like the level of opulence around the area where I was.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
And so then in that situation, basically, it was McDonald's also a status symbol in Venezuela?
Yeah, I think it was. Like
what else did you guys have? Like if you made it, what was the symbol if you made it?
From fast food, you mean?
No, just like generally, like what would you do if you're like a rich person in Venezuela at the time?
I guess like go to the cinema as a... Or go to the mall was a big thing.
Ah, the mall.
Yeah, maybe not to buy stuff, but
just walk around.
Walk around the mall, because they used to have like the cinema was in the mall, and then you would spend the whole day in the mall, and at the evening you would go to the cinema, but the whole day you would just be hanging out.
Interesting. What about
like a food court upstairs?
Right. Yeah, I think now we have the mall, because I did this joke about like McDonald's on the boat, and then I was putting it on TikTok. Are you on TikTok, Christoph?
Just as a viewer.
As a viewer. Have you considered TikToking away?
No.
Just TikTok the days?
I don't know, man.
It's a different medium.
Yeah, like I was thinking about it, but then I was like, nah, I don't think I have the stamina to keep up doing
once you start, you can't.
Yeah, to keep up doing the stuff.
It takes a lot of time. I'm doing it like at the moment. Most of my time is just doing that content for like YouTube.
Yeah, because I feel like that's what you have to do. You have to keep on doing it and doing it. Because sometimes by the way, it's a feature that I hate in TikTok is that you watch a video in your For You page or whatever that is, and then you click on it to see like part 2 of it.
Right. Can't find it because they have so many fucking videos. Yeah.
Like, I fucking hate that.
I mean, that's my strategy at the moment. I'm trying to get people from TikTok to follow me on YouTube.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a lot of people do that.
Because it's more coherent, and YouTube has, I think, longer lifetime value.
Yeah.
For that type of stuff. And it's interesting because like they work. For example, I'm a lot of the stuff that I say about Romania, and this is why I wanted to talk to you and also to Julieta from Argentina, is I'm getting a lot of people from South America be like, all these things that you're saying about Eastern Europe, yeah, they very much apply here. So they're like, there's like this interesting, what do you call it, like bridge of connection between like Eastern Europe and South America.
Yeah, like poorer countries have, I guess, similar issues or similar thoughts.
And then I guess they're always in the shadow of the imperialist American.
I think in Venezuela the why we had so many malls and shit is because it was very Americanized, and the goal was to be like America,
right?
Sort of.
But where was that from? Was was Venezuela ever in like relations with the US, good relations, or?
Yeah, like I think throughout the 60s, 70s.
Right.
And like all the oil companies that went there.
Ah, okay. That's the main resource, yeah? Oil.
Oil, yeah.
Okay, interesting. Is it just from the land or from the sea? Is Venezuela landlocked?
No, it's Caribbean.
Right. Here.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful beaches.
I've not been, but like I've been to the Brazil one and it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it's probably.
Did you live close to the beach?
No, well, like Caracas is I think an hour away.
Okay,
it's not that long.
Right, yeah, an hour is pretty chill.
Drive down, yeah.
It's like
I used to do that sometimes after school. You just go or let's say on the weekend.
Right.
Like you get out of school on a Friday, just drive down to the beach.
And were you most of your friends in Venezuela also other like Venezuelans, or is it like did you hang out like the mixed expat? If you were going to the German school, was there a lot of German?
Yeah, but it was a mixed school. Like it had like a German part and a Venezuelan part, and usually you just mix everything together.
Okay. Just
that you had different schooling. Like the Venezuelans graduated like in Venezuelan, like whatever you call it.
Baccalaureate? Is it?
Yeah, in German you got that Abitur thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So then once you finished university there, your dad was like, go home.
Yeah, the thing is, you could have studied in Venezuela, but it was a complete hassle because you had to redo all the exams from Venezuelan school from, I think, 6th grade.
Really?
Until you graduate, you had to do all of that again.
If you went to Germany?
No, if I wanted to stay there, to study there or to do something there.
Because you were in the German school.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, so there would have been more.
It would have been too much work for something that ultimately I would not have been like, oh, this was a great choice.
Right. Yeah, you made the right choice by going through all this hardship to stay in Venezuela.
Exactly, to stay in Venezuela, to leave again like 4 years later. I was like, oh, this country is such a piece of shit.
Well, but did you feel like there was a piece of shit when you were there? Like when you were like, for
example? No, I feel like when I was there, still it was great. It had its problems, like crime and it was declining hard, like the economy.
But how pervasive? Guys, pervasive.
Coming out with the name.
How like present was the crime? Like, did you ever experience any form of like criminal? I don't know.
Like if I ever got robbed?
Yeah.
No, like I got not really robbed. Once they wanted to take like a juice away from me, like on the street, because I was walking down the street with a jug of juice.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, give me that juice, sort of thing.
That's traumatic.
But I was so confused.
Sounds sexual.
Yeah, I was so confused. Yeah, we ended up fucking. We had a great time.
Give me that juice.
Give me that juice. I'll give you the juice.
Because it's like interesting, like because like I used to date this girl from Brazil for a while, and then when we would hang around with their family, they would always be like this. You think Romania is bad? When I was young, they stole my watch and they fucked me in the ass.
Yeah,
kind of situation. But it wasn't that. Actually, one of her cousins who was telling us basically that he was at the traffic light one day, and then 3 guys opened the door, got into the car with him, and then they went shopping. But you know how this works? Like they go shopping and they make you buy stuff for them.
Yeah, like, but that's a nice way of doing it.
Yeah. I mean, because they want to make sure your card is like, if they clearly they've had issues before with credit cards.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're gonna get this guy, and then basically we're gonna make him wait outside the changing room.
It's like they had issues before. They go like, yeah, hold up and give us your credit cards, and they were like, they're always canceled.
Yeah, exactly.
By the time we get to the store.
And the guy basically was saying that they were like on a 4-hour shopping spree in Rio.
It's been horrible.
Yeah. Because like there was 3 of them, and everybody was trying out stuff.
Right.
And then they were like they were with bags, and they're going to like the lady. They scans them, and they basically end up spending like $4,000 on the guy's card. And then they just let him go with the card.
I think that would be the funniest like movie montage, like makeover scene where you just kidnapped and you're just looking at the people changing. That
sounds like a forced makeover.
Yeah.
There's a sketch in there somehow.
Yeah, in Venezuela they used to do that too. Like, I don't know if in that sense, but they used to do these express kidnappings.
What was that?
It's like they carjack you, and then they drive you around to different like ATMs, to withdraw money.
Okay.
And then they'll either leave you at the side of the road somewhere or something like that.
And they take the car.
They take the car.
Interesting.
Or they would call for ransom. And then you have.
Does that work? I mean, obviously the family's like, oh my God, we love him.
We want him back.
Yeah.
Or no, keep him.
Yeah, keep him. Oh, thanks, bro. It was on my mind. I was getting rid of him.
Keep him. No, we don't want him.
But does that happen? Does it happen now, or?
I don't know how often it happens now, because the country is in such a poor state that the ransom is not even worth it anymore.
Right.
Like the hassle.
Right.
So
have you been back recently?
No. I think the last time I went was 2013.
Oh wow, that's like a long time ago. Yeah. Do you still have family there?
No, but my girlfriend's parents still live there.
Your girlfriend is also Venezuelan?
She's Venezuelan.
She's Venezuela.
Yeah, her dad is Italian. Okay. And her mom is actually Colombian.
Nice. Did you guys meet here or there?
No, we met there in school.
Okay.
But we were not together back then. We got together here.
She
at some point. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Very interesting. Her family's still there. Interesting.
Yeah. They live in the city center next to me.
Okay. Very good. Seems like they're doing well. Very nice. Yeah, it's interesting, man. Because like people, once you like in this kind of situation when you hear like stuff is terrible. Yeah. Like it's not a good tourism slogan to bring you back.
No. I don't know. The last time I went there, it was fun, and but it's different because I don't know anybody anymore.
Right, you're just like a tourist.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you go there, then you go like, yeah, it's fine. I don't have any friends here.
Right. So it's difficult to care.
Like I feel sad about the country, but it's
not my problem. I mean, I feel the same about Romania.
Yeah, sort of. Like if they don't want to get their act together, I'm not going to do it.
What am I going to do? Run for office?
Yeah, I could.
This is the start of the most aggressive political campaign. And when you came here, was it like we already spoke German fluent? I'm assuming. Yes?
Yeah.
Did you come to Berlin, or did you come to?
No, at first I lived in south of Germany, in a city called Augsburg.
Oh, I've heard Augsburg. Why Augsburg?
Because my grandparents lived there. So sort of, and my brothers.
Okay, so they're still. This is your mother's kids. Your brothers, actual brothers. Is this their brothers or?
No, like half
brothers.
Half brothers.
Okay, interesting. And then that was like, did you do university there or?
Yeah, I started studying there. I started studying multimedia.
You're a graphic designer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like an actual graphic designer or like a motion designer?
Well, actually, I'm a motion designer, but I studied motion design, but I just stuck to graphics.
So I actually didn't know you were a motion designer. But then like I know.
Guess, though.
I know somebody they're like, I'm a graphic designer. It's like for you to understand, and it's like, what do you mean? Well, I'm actually a motion designer.
I think the basics are pretty much the same. So
right.
You could, I don't know, they always teach you the same stuff. It's just that in motion they go like, oh, you want to move this around? And then you go like, sure. Sure, that
sounds fun. Is this like Pixar? Is it like Pixar?
No.
Okay.
Well, not where I studied. It was not like Pixar.
Okay. Augsburg is not like Pixar.
No. When I started studying in Augsburg, it wasn't even motion design. What I studied in Augsburg, it was half programming and half graphic design.
Oh, okay. That's pretty useful.
Yeah, just that I sucked at programming.
And this was back 2000. What's
that? 2005.
Okay.
6.
Yeah, programming was a different game at that time, I guess. I think now it's a lot easier because there's so many more tools.
Yeah, I guess.
I tried picking up programming for like a couple of months.
And what language?
I tried I think it was JavaScript. Because it's the one that they push down your throat. And then you tell people like, okay, JavaScript, you can do so much with it, and you can do React, and you can do Node, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I studied JavaScript, and Python was a big thing.
Okay, yeah.
PHP back in the day.
Okay, that's no bueno. Actually, this room is called PHP, guys. Oh my God, was this coincidence? It was.
It's a callback.
It's callback. It's callback 2005.
And I think the thing that really did me in at the end was like C#.
Was it too? Right.
Yeah, where I was just like, I don't want to be a programmer.
Right.
I don't know why I'm learning all these things.
And then you moved from Augsburg to here, or?
To Berlin, yeah.
Okay, nice. And then you started working as a graphic designer?
No, then I studied here, like that motion design thing.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, very good.
Yeah, but I started working parallel to that.
Right. And was there ever like how relevant was your Venezuelan roots when you were here? Was it a problem? Was it like, did you feel like you were being held back? Were you pushed forward?
No, actually, I think it helped me.
Sidelined?
I think it helped me a bit.
I don't know any other
sidelined
directions to use. Were you pushed forward? Were you held back? Sidelined? Propelled upwards?
Into the stratosphere.
Were you like held down? I think we got them all. No, the right one isn't.
I think it was like it didn't hurt.
It wasn't like a factor. Okay, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. They're like of Latin descent from Mexico, and one of their problems is that when they moved from Mexico here, they're also female. They're like, when we got here, we were fetishized on the dating apps.
Yeah, that has never happened to me.
They were like, oh my God, you're Venezuela. I think no man has been like, fetishized. I mean, maybe like French people, Italians, maybe Brazilians, maybe Koreans, now because of K-pop, But I don't feel like you weren't fetishized.
No, probably not. It's not like you come there and you're like a unicorn. You go like, I'm from Venezuela. People go like, who the fuck gives a shit? Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
You look just like us.
Go back to your country, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I must actually admit that I think that I got that spot in the university in Augsburg just because I was Venezuelan.
Really?
Yeah.
You were like, did you put that on your CV? You was like, guys, I'm from Venezuela.
Yeah, because you have to apply with your school diploma.
And they were like, diversity.
Yeah, I think there was a diversity thing because when I had that conversation with because you had to do like an exam to like it was like first like a graphic thing.
Right.
And then you had like a logic programming thing.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, you're shit at both. But I think you would be a great addition because we only got Germans and Austrians and whatever.
You fit right in our pamphlet.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, okay, I'll take it.
I mean,
it's fine.
Take what you get, right?
Yeah.
So why not? Interesting. And then like you've lived in Berlin since 2008. All right, you've been here since when it was like apparently cheaper.
Yeah, it was cheaper.
Really? How much cheaper? Tell us a bit more about the old days. Tell us how better it was.
Well, the doner used to cost $2.50.
Really?
In some places $1.50.
What the fuck?
Like if you get like the student rate, the Studentendöner.
There was a Studentendöner? I haven't seen a Studentendöner recently. Is that
like in Wedding, they used to have it like near my house. You had
really?
Like a Studenten rate. Because it's also like near a university.
Right.
So they had that.
$150. How much were you paying for rent?
Back in the day, I was paying $250 for like with a roommate. We paid $500 something.
For like the whole apartment.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's insane. Now you have to pay $500 for a fucking room.
Yeah, apartment was like $75.
Really?
Like 3 rooms.
And it was like 3 rooms. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, we pay like $800 now for like 2 rooms, and they're like it's like not that great.
Yeah, I pay also like now $800, almost $900.
Where do you live?
Wedding also.
Oh, Wedding also. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking of getting a bigger one as well, but I gotta wait for the pandemic for like things to pop back up financially.
Yeah.
Because it's not a lot of comedy happening in the past couple of months, guys.
No.
What have you been doing to quench your comedy first?
Nothing.
Just looking at my baby, I was like,
just TikToking.
TikToking. and when did you start doing comedy in Berlin?
3 years ago, 3, 4,
okay.
3.5.
How did you get into it? Was it like, did you know somebody from the scene or?
No, I just always wanted to do it, and like I when I was with friends hanging out, then they used to always say like you get into this comedy stand-up type mode sometimes.
Right, yeah, the performance, the entertainer kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then they were like, well, and then a friend of mine, he was filming comedy here.
He's filming comedy?
Well, he was filming for Dan Stern.
Ah, okay.
Like Daniel wanted to film a couple of shows of his when he was still doing I think a show called High Dive.
Oh, I was before my time.
Yeah, and that friend of mine was filming the sets.
Okay.
And then he was like, yeah, you should totally do that. And they started doing Slingshot.
Okay, and you went to Slingshot.
And I went to Slingshot.
Okay, and you were like, how's it going? Oh, that was a tough room.
Yeah, like the first time I did it was pretty fun because I also had a couple friends coming and
support.
It was alright.
Nice. Did you go full on dark? For those of you that don't know, Christoph Schmidt here goes quite dark on the comedy.
I actually don't remember much.
Or did you lean into that?
Don't remember much from the first set what I actually did, like material wise. I think it was dark, but not as dark or not as refined. I guess pretty much stupid stuff more.
Did you also do like German scene at the time or?
No.
Okay. Did you ever do German?
I wanted to.
Okay.
But then the pandemic happened. Like I did a couple spots the year before.
Okay.
Like 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting, because like I remember like the first time I think somebody introduced me, I was like, oh, this guy's from the German scene.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think it's just because of the name Schmidt.
Right. Okay.
And I was like, oh, this guy's pretty good for German. That's exactly. And then it turns out he never did German. So now obviously you're doing a lot of jokes about family recently, about your baby and stuff. Have you developed more into that direction, or has your wife, your girlfriend? Very important.
That doesn't matter. You can call her my wife.
Has your spouse?
My spouse.
Has your concubine? I don't know the other.
My significant other.
Okay. Has she seen your comedy?
My comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not often. I think she's seen maybe like 2-3 sets.
What's her opinion on the matter?
I always get depressed when I pitch her my jokes.
Oh, you get depressed when you pitch her your jokes?
Yeah, because she never laughs. Or she goes like, "Yeah, that sucks," or "It's not good," or.
But it's a good wake up call.
Yeah, but then we don't share the same
interest
in like the same comedic
Ah, I see.
taste.
Gotcha. The sense of
Like
what is she like? Kevin Hart.
Like from the comedians, but
Do you watch comedy with her on Netflix, something?
not that often because she's not really like that much into the stand-up thing.
Which is
she always hated the like stand-up before I got together with her.
right. She hated it before.
Yeah, because she hated when
her
people...
mother was killed by a stand-up comedian.
He hit her with a microphone.
Yeah.
No, she hated when people repeated stuff because stand-up tend to
all the time, of course, yeah.
To repeat jokes and then punch into it and go into it. And she hated that. She was always like, "Why did you keep doing the same punchline 3 times? Just the people laugh more. I don't get it."
Ah, like Chris Rock stuff. For example, yeah.
And she didn't like that, and then she had already that opinion of it.
Bias.
Yeah, I was doing one of the sets I did here, and Ben McLean.
Okay, yeah.
Was also on, and I think he closed that night or something. And she absolutely loves him.
She loves Ben McLean.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think basically it's a preference and style. Because like for example, there's a lot of people that come to the shows, and they prefer more of the. I mean, Ben is also he's more a charisma guy, right? He's a charisma. He's also works cleaner, I guess, and it's sometimes a bit cheeky. So I guess for that situation, it's like she's into the charisma element. Yeah,
and she's all into that, and
right.
There's a style that he has that is
right. Interesting. So she might like Trevor Noah type of comedians, or
probably
like fluffy, like towards that range.
I have to check it out, but the thing is, I don't like fluffy that much. So
yeah, I mean, I was doing to maintain my sanity throughout this pandemic. I've been doing a couple of things. One thing has been reacting to stand-up comedians.
Yeah, I saw a couple of videos.
And the other one has been reacting to national anthems, which is really the pinnacle of my YouTube career so far.
So, which is your favorite anthem?
My favorite anthem, Bulgaria so far.
Bulgaria?
It's very impressive. It's we will murder everybody if you fuck with us.
Right.
It's like has a lot of, and the American one is the fucking most boring one so far.
Yeah.
It's like, we have a flag. It's a flag. Don't pee on it.
But you analyze the lyrics too?
Nah.
Not just.
I'm just like, this is kind of boring. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I love the Italian.
The Italian one? Let's check it out.
The Italian anthem and the Brazilian
really
one.
Really good. When did you get around to listening to them?
Well, it's Italian. Sports, I guess.
Okay.
Mostly.
Let's check it out.
Like if you watch like Football World Cup.
I don't follow that much football, but I remember that one time when Zidane
headbutted that guy.
He hit the other guy. I was gonna say kicked that guy with his head. that was the phrasing in my mind. He kicked that guy with his head in his chest, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, that was like early meme-ish, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
This guy's got a head for it. Terrible.
Yeah, I don't know what he said to him. It's something like, "I'm gonna fuck your mother" or some shit like that.
Interesting.
Zidane didn't like it.
he didn't take kindly to that type of speech.
But I thought to myself, like, you do that in a final of a World Cup? What's the matter with you?
Yeah, I mean, it probably was like, I'm kind of done anyway. Might as well.
might as well just.
Might as well get out a bang, yeah. Like,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if he got like financially fined. I'll Google this and put it here. I probably won't.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe. Interesting. So I'll look into those, but then the logic behind that was like, I want to do something that is good for SEO. That's how I think about this.
All right.
It's like I want people, because the logic was like, if people will see my reaction to the anthem, then they'll discover my comedy. Because like no one's searching for like a Romanian comedian Dragoș.
But they do look for Romanian anthem.
I was thinking once a year, there's about to be a spike in national anthem searches.
That's true.
And when that happens, that will be my moment. So I've got the anthem of Kazakhstan. National Day of Kazakhstan is coming up at the end of this month.
All right.
So I got to go do a quick Kazakhstan anthem reaction. Belize is coming up. So you see, but basically the funny thing is like this fear kind of works. Because for example, yesterday I got like 500 views on my Mexico anthem reaction.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, this, who's this Romanian guy reacting to our Mexican anthem? People get territorial.
But that is really fucking smart.
Yeah, I mean, because I was thinking like, what? I don't know what else to do because I don't want to do like, and I was like, what else are people searching for? That's the only way they can discover, right? And then I was like, okay, I can do comedians, but I don't want to be too critical of comedians because who the fuck I am I right? And I don't want to end up, meeting Fluffy one day and be like, hey man, remember me? That video that went viral, I was shitting on your comedy.
Oh yeah, I remember. You're Black Flag too.
I remember. So I was thinking, let's do something in a way that makes sense. So then that's what I came up with.
Yeah, it's pretty smart. It's like I've never thought about it, like doing that. Yeah.
So, South Africa, Zimbabwe. The world is my oyster when it comes to their anthems. But it's also like the one thing but you see a pattern, and maybe you can verify if this is the case with Venezuela or not. The pattern is the more advanced the country, the more lax the anthem is.
The more advanced the country.
That's like the more first world, the better financial situation of the country, the less passionate the anthem is. Like for example,
the less passionate, yeah, definitely.
Denmark is like, we've got some hills.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these hills. There are people here and they are okay. They don't go too high on praising.
Yeah, kind of like the German anthem is also like...
Pretty chill?
No, it's very German.
Boring?
Yeah, sort of like we didn't have time to write this because we were engineering stuff.
Right.
So who's our best musical guy?
Right, get that guy that keeps keeping the fucking wrench on the widgets. So the thing is, like, if you look at countries like Bulgaria, countries like Mexico, even Romania, I also looked at Serbia, they're like very like, fucking we're gonna murder everybody, fuck you for trying to conquer us, the Serbian anthem says fuck your mother, doesn't say that.
It should though.
It should, exactly, yeah. 6-year-olds in every Serbian class, fuck your mother.
I think the Italian one is very Italian, that's the thing, it's like very... Like you can very hand gesture that anthem.
The whole anthem?
Yeah.
I gotta check it out now.
I also love the Russian anthem.
But the thing is, a lot of people confuse the Russian anthem with the communist anthem.
Okay.
So which one? The anthem or the actual communist?
Now I'm confused because I don't know which one. Because I like that the one that starts like... I
think that's the communist anthem.
That one is a good one.
Yeah, that's strong.
It's like...
That's our anthem.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, you got me convinced with that. Where do I sign up?
Where do I join the Putin faction? That's the one from the USSR. Okay. I was looking into it. I wanted to do a reaction to the Russian anthem, and I was like, why does it not start like all epic? I was like, this is all Gorbachev's fault.
So the Russian anthem is not that good?
Well, I saw a little bit of it and then I got distracted by masturbation, so I didn't end up kind of properly. I was like,
just looking for Russian and you're like...
Yeah, the Russian anal anthem. and then I got sidetracked. I got sidelined.
Distracted.
I sidelined myself. Yeah, this distracted. I was trying to stick anal in that word, but it didn't work out. This anal tracted.
Disanaled.
And
this is like a guy who's disabled, who's missing an asshole. He got disanaled.
That could be a thing. There's been a couple of people. TikTok has this different weird TikToks, right?
Yeah.
There's different weird world of TikToks, and there were a couple of them where there was this guy in the U.S. Congressman now who's like disabled, like from the body down.
Okay.
And he's Republican. So he has figured out a way, while in the wheelchair, press a button and props him up for the anthem, which is hilarious in itself. And then basically there was a meme bot like, if he who has no functioning legs can stand for the anthem, then what's your excuse?
For what?
Like, those guys that were like kneeling during the anthem.
Ah, okay. I was like, what's my excuse for what?
Yeah. What's your excuse? And then this guy's like proper racist as well. But anyway, the point...
It's so funny how they correlate the two things. Like it's of course they can stand for the end. They chose not to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the point.
What's the point? Yeah, it's
not like they were like, no, I can't get up. Like my knee's bad. And,
can't do it, man.
That would be a thing.
That would. I mean, to be honest, like I think the thing with the anthem is like it's a bit of a indoctrination, right?
Yeah.
Indoctrinates people because I was trying to write a joke about this, and maybe I'll run this by you. It was like the problem with nationalism is everybody's a national. Well, I'm trying to do it. I used to be a nationalist. I used to go to nationalist rallies. It's not true. But then I would go home and I'd open the fridge, and the fridge was empty.
Oh.
And I'd be like, I would be yelling every day, Romania is the best country in the world. But then there's no food in my fridge. This is like the conceptual thing. And then I want to switch Romania for Poland.
Well,
because in the story I'm Polish.
You can apply that to Venezuela too.
Really? Is the people very
nationalistic?
It's weird, like how that happens, right?
Yeah, like very proud of their country and proud of their people. Like in a sense, like we're the best people. We're so fun to hang out with, and like. What
the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I mean, have you met people from other parts of the world? They're also good.
I was gonna say like no, basically the thing that because it's a kind of complex topic, and it was in the news in Poland and Hungary. They're going more like far right, and I was like, okay, how do I write? I want to write a joke about this, and then I didn't come up with a joke yet, but I came up with like a message. No, not message, like I wanted to conceptualize it and compress it. And what I've compressed it was like, if the number one thing you derive pride from is your country, then it's ironic because it's the first sign that your country has failed you. Because it hasn't given you anything else to be proud of other than the fact that your nationality. But that's not funny if you just say it.
Yeah, right. It's more TED talky.
Yeah, exactly. So then I was like, how do I change that into a joke?
Right.
So then I was thinking the fridge situation.
Yeah.
But then that's also not super funny. It's also kind of sad. So I'm still molding it over.
That's sad funny though.
Yeah, it's sad funny. Yeah. And you can't. I'm waiting for like a protest where people like go to Poland is the greatest country in the world with a Gucci belt. To be like, Poland is the best country in the world. How come your Gucci belt is from Italy? You know, why don't you buy like fucking
Polish made?
Yeah, Polish made belt that holds up your pants. You know,
like support your local economy, man.
Exactly. Like, why, if you believe in Poland so much, why don't you trust Poland with your pants?
It's like a Gucci belt made in China or Taiwan.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is the same thing with the American flags that were like
or the Make America Great Again hats, also made in China.
Dude, the funny thing was when the election was kind of like declared.
Yeah.
There was a news about how this Chinese company, waited until the election was declared to print "Biden is not my president" flags in China.
Can we go now?
Yeah.
Do we have to go? Because we have a very narrow shipping window. If you want to get them by Tuesday.
And then, lo and behold, the people ordered them because fucking Americans, right?
Yeah.
It's very funny.
I found the most funny thing about like that Capitol thing where they
the ransacking, the storming the Capitol.
That they had like merchandise for it. It's like 6th of January, we're taking the Capitol.
Yeah, Civil War.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't planned at all.
Yeah, and then the guys are like, how was this? How did the FBI, not get this on their radar? Literally, they had merch.
Yeah. This guy went out, printed a bunch of T-shirts.
Yeah, and then you watch that? Does that happen in like? Because sometimes you hear news from like Venezuela where people fighting in the parliament. Is this Venezuela?
Yeah, also.
Sounds like like hitting people with a chair over the head.
Yeah, there was one guy that got hit with a flagpole.
In the thing. Yeah, I saw that. Like the guy that he got beaten for being unpatriotic with the American flagpole.
That's great.
Isn't it so funny? Like, what the fuck?
Learn to respect this country.
America! Freedom!
I keep thinking about that guy in the wheelchair though. Because I keep wondering, like, if he drives up, like, he's still sitting though.
Well, no, like,
or is it like his
it
legs
pushes him somehow. Yeah, no, his legs are like this. Like, his legs are like tied to the thing. And I think somehow the thing lifts his butt and it's like this.
Jesus. Yeah, okay, no, that's even more funny though.
Yeah, I know, right? Like it's important to stand for the flag, even though you have no legs.
Yeah.
It's so basically the problem with these kind of topics. Maybe you can kind of like share some of your creative process on it. Like it's not something that I necessarily want to dive into, but because I don't have any experience, I usually do a lot of cultural stuff, right? Like most of my comedy is like Romania, we murder animals. This one
your
time,
grandmother.
Yeah, this one time I killed an animal. I was 5. I enjoyed the rush, kind of stuff.
I still do.
Yeah, I still do. And I'm like trying to I was thinking maybe I should diversify a bit more into like experiment with writing current events stuff.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Have you ever considered going in that direction?
Yeah, I have, but I feel it's hard because it's very short-lived.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I write something about the capital, that's already old news.
Right.
Stuff like that. So it would work if you use it every week. Like you write a new set with I saw this on the news today, and you do that.
I mean that's why I'm trying to that's why I was thinking like I want to use this nationalistic thing, but I want to apply it in a way where it's like still relevant.
Right.
Well,
I think that's the hard part.
Yeah, interchange it.
To make it be relevant. You can maybe like when Trump was still president, you could
still
make
use it.
Stuff around Trump and how crazy the people are. But now he's gone.
I mean, the way that I was thinking about it was to integrate it with my TikTok comments. Sometimes I get like nationalistic comments on my TikTok because I have like jokes. Romania is the Mexico of Europe, and they're like, "Fuck you, Romania is the best country in the world."
Right.
And then I'm like, "Yeah, what makes it so great?" Well, in my school, everybody has a chair to sit on.
That's amazing.
Made it.
It's made it, you know.
Fucking cool. This is an actual conversation I had with a kid on TikTok. I was like, well,
I mean, what do you want else? You know, you got a chair.
You got a chair. You know,
you have a school.
Yeah, the chair is made of wood. You don't have any books, but the chair is wood. Technically a book.
Technically, yeah. Technically. If you write on it.
Yeah, exactly. And they write like, fuck, whatever.
It's a great book.
Yeah. They just write, fuck, double K.
So the guy in the back is like, interesting read.
You know, it's like, that's or like those names were like, I love, and then football club.
Right.
Yeah, just like, I love whatever the fuck, like Arsenal. What the fuck?
So not a good at Romanian football club?
No, there's no, or maybe he's just talking about like weapons arsenal. You know, I love grenades. Like,
grenades are fun.
Yeah, I wish, but I can't afford them. It's pretty funny. I don't know. You guys, what else has been happening with you during the pandemic? You know, I know I'm trying to stay away from the kid stuff because I think you're tired of. Are you bored of talking about your child and fatherhood?
I don't know. I don't talk about.
How do you feel about your child? How do you feel about fatherhood? Let's not talk about children. Fatherhood. Has it changed your life?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it kind of does.
How much does it take up? How much does being a father take up of your day?
Of my day, on the weekends, I guess. Better part of the day, like he probably gets up around 8-ish. Then he maybe takes a nap at 12.
Okay.
Maybe now.
And in this 8 to 12, you have to kind of like balance them,
entertain him.
You have to balance them.
No, he runs around, does his stuff, but you sort of have to make sure he doesn't kill himself.
Right. Like just doesn't run off the building. You live on the first floor, or?
Yeah, on the ground floor.
Did you have to baby-proof the house?
Well, we baby-proofed it, like the electrical outlets.
Okay,
like
so it doesn't like lick the socket.
Yeah, the thing is when they're like still crawling, they keep putting their fingers in the outlets, because it's like interesting, hole. Then we put the finger.
A hole is a hole.
And since they have so small fingers, they actually fit.
Really, like the little meat.
Yeah.
Goes in the.
And I don't think that's very good if they,
Yeah, it's not good parenting if you have like fried.
Yeah, if you go like have to explain it. Yeah, he shocked himself to death. I was watching TV.
I was equally as shocked.
I was equally as shocked when I discovered that he was lying there, not breathing.
Then you gotta like. Has it caused any problems so far, or like has it given you any scares?
Like health scares?
I guess just like I was like shenanigans, like. He ran into a knife or something. Like health scares, anything of the sort?
Health scare, he had some weird thing on his ass.
Oh, I remember you said this in the other podcast. What happened with that?
They had to operate it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was the thing?
It was like kind of like a, I don't know, clogged up pore thing. But it had no opening, so it's
just building up.
Building up inside. And it was hurting like hell, I guess, because he was really... crying crazy for a couple weeks.
Right.
It's hard to get people to operate on a toddler.
Right. The medical insurance doesn't cover.
No, because it's anesthesia and shit, and they go like, I don't want to do that because he's so small.
Right.
But eventually we're like, dude, you have to do something. You cannot.
So what happened? Well, the guy was like, he gave in, or?
Yeah, like he was like, yeah, we have to do this.
Right.
Because there's no point in it.
He's like, so did the anesthesia, or?
Yeah, he was.
Like a small dose.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was like 15-minute operation, maybe.
Okay.
Like it's not like it was not a grand thing, but
just
they,
like a chop.
Yeah, but they put him down. They sleep, and that's the
right.
Because some kids stop breathing apparently
because of the anesthesia.
Yeah, because it's not as internalized as with an adult. Because they're still like.
Right. Okay.
Especially when they're like smaller than 1 year, it's even harder because they.
That the breathing hasn't automated or what?
Yeah, like sometimes they breathe very, like they stop breathing eventually. Like a lot of kids die that way.
Really?
That they stop breathing. They just.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, just. That's it. Yeah.
That's intense. Scary stuff, man.
I think that's called SIDS or something. Like
the ultimate
sudden infant death syndrome.
Gotcha. Sudden infant death.
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck. It's scary. Oh my god. You're terrifying me. Never have a baby. Just adopt one.
Well, it's a.
This is Gomez. He's 6.
It's like a thing that can happen. I think the first year mostly. And
so are you living in perpetual fear now?
No, because after a year, it like statistically, it's unlikely.
Okay, the numbers on your side.
Yeah.
But before, were you living in perpetual fear?
No.
Okay.
Because I was like, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it.
Right. There's no point.
Like if he stops breathing, then he stops breathing. I don't know what to do.
What am I gonna do? This is true. Fuck. Do you guys have a pet?
Yeah.
Did the pet kind of adjust to the? Is it a big dog, small dog?
It's a big dog.
So what?
German Shepherd.
Nice. Keep it German.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Was that difficult? Like, did the dog get used to that? Because I think a lot of, I remember Bill Burr talking about how he was afraid that the dog would eat his child.
Yeah, but he had like an aggressive dog.
Yeah, it was like one of those, was it Lent? No, yeah, safe pit bulls.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember that story he had with the... Yeah. Yeah, like I have to get rid of that dog.
Well, we left the baby in the crib.
That's when he has that joke where you put the lid on it.
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom, I cried for half a second, and then I put a lid on it.
It's true.
Because that's what men do.
It's true. This is exactly what men do.
And then, but it's such a funny punchline.
And if you don't do that, whatever.
Such a funny punchline when he goes like, why are you so mad? Where is this coming from?
Yeah, the callback. Yeah. Where is it coming from? It's true. Or no, here's another one where he says about how he said he didn't like the food when he was a young kid, and then his dad smacked him on the table so hard that his whole face was covered in food, and then nobody addressed it. Just the dinner went on while he was dripping food off his face.
Yeah, I remember we had an incident like that at my place, like in my house when I was smaller.
In Venezuela?
Yeah, that I didn't remember the situation. I had to ask my sister like a year ago that like she was bugging everybody on the table because her glass of water, she was like, there's detergent in it. Like from washing the dishes.
Right, okay.
She's like insisting it tastes like detergent.
Right.
And like my mom tasted it, she was like, it's fine.
Right.
Nothing. And she was so annoying that my dad just took the glass and threw it against the door.
Okay.
And then everybody just kept eating. And there was this hole in the door for I don't know how many years until they got rid of the door.
And then nobody addressed it.
Reminding us of that incident.
That one time he lost his temper.
Yeah, that one time he just like threw the thing. He didn't even fucking yell. It's just he threw the thing and it was like, okay.
It's like, all right, I think this is maybe there was I think the detergent is gone now.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, is there a lot of physical abuse towards kids in Venezuela?
I guess, yeah.
Not in your family?
No.
Okay.
No, it was fine. Like my mom would eventually like
slap you on the butt.
No, yeah, when I was small, maybe because it's the 80s or 90s.
Yeah, it's normal.
That's different times.
It's different times, Like my biology teacher double slapped me over the face when I was like in 6th grade.
Did you?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
My biology teacher, because I was talking in class, and then I remember like a half a year later he died in a car accident. And all I felt was like, I'm so happy he's dead. Like
I'm really happy.
Yeah, I was thinking like that's what you get. I remember this is karma. This is what you get, motherfucker. I was like 12. I remember thinking, yeah, good. And that's when the darkness started. But I remember like exactly thinking, good. That's what you get.
No, they didn't hit us. Like I think my dad hit me once on the ass that I can remember.
Okay.
But I was maybe like 3 or 4.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that's when you're supposed to hit kids.
Yeah, I remember that he hit me and it was a time I was just dancing around like it didn't even fucking hurt, but crying.
Yeah. Okay, like just kind of like getting out there. Interesting. Yeah, there wasn't that much physical abuse. There was overall in Romania as a whole. It's a lot of. I think emotional abuse is really the thing that did it. The overall.
The thing that did me in.
Yeah, I think the emotional abuse was the whole is like, Dracosh, can you take out the trash? And then I was like, give me 5 minutes. Like, I gave birth to you. Well, that escalated, and this is the thanks I get.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that. The emotional blackmail. Those are very common, which I thought is quite common in Latin households as well.
Yeah, the guilt.
Yeah, the guilt tripping.
Guilt tripping, especially Latins like Catholics.
Yeah. The guilt tripping.
A lot of guilt. I know throwing shoes is a big thing.
Throwing shoes, not as big in Romania, I guess, but I don't know. I think people don't. There's not enough shoes to throw around.
I remember in Venezuela, it's throwing like flip flops.
Really? Did you ever get a flip flop to the head?
No, my mom never wore flip flops.
Oh.
So, but she threw her shoes.
Oh, okay, like the RB boots.
No, they're like
pumps.
Yeah, for example.
I don't know what a pump is. Is like the pump is the flat one, or?
No, like with high. Like
high heels. Okay.
High heels.
Yeah.
Like she would throw those.
Really?
Yeah.
But she's German, right?
Yeah, but she had shit aim though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if she had shit aim or if she's
like on purpose.
Or she just hit the walls on purpose.
Yeah, maybe she's like sending it to first one is a warning shot.
Exactly.
And then if you don't get the warning, then boom.
But she would always throw shoes, like even for like after the dogs, because we had 2 dogs.
Really?
And if you come home and you had to open the gates to drive in with the car, they would escape.
Right. So she'd throw shoes at the dog to move away.
Yeah, she would throw shoes at the dogs so that they go to the back.
Okay.
And stay there, like so that they're like, oh my god, is she throwing shoes?
Oh no, it's that time. It's a shoe situation. Interesting.
Yeah.
What what kind of car did you guys drive at that time?
In Venezuela?
Yeah. Were the roads drivable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, it depends what year.
Like holes in the thing, because I think one of the biggest problems with Romania has been that the fucking infrastructure is falling apart. Like literally, there's holes in the.
Yeah, well, the same was in Venezuela. Like you could still drive on it though.
Right. With the right attitude, you can drive on anything.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
even people. I mean, that's what they do in China. Have you heard about this?
No.
That's what they do in China. You never see the coronavirus. No, but like in China, for example, if you hit somebody with your car and they don't die.
Yeah, you have to kill them, right?
You have to kill them.
Yeah, because you have to pay for their stuff.
Exactly. You have to like cover their fucking.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. It's easier to just kill them.
Yeah, I've seen videos of that they just drive over someone and then back up.
Isn't that crazy? And they're like, they get the job done.
Yeah, and you're like, why are you doing this? Poor person.
It's a good system. It keeps the hospitals empty.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to keep the numbers down though.
It doesn't? No, it's true. That is the problem. Well, they actually we're getting into Chinese politics here. I keep running out of time. Okay, I'll resend it one more time, and I think I have to give up the room soon. But just to end on this China note, apparently China they have 2 kids now. How do you feel about that? Chinese people allowed to procreate further beyond
2 kids. Chinese. I think the more the merrier.
The more the merrier. Exactly. That is the end. It ends a bit abrupt, but should we end it here? That is the perfect way to end it. More Chinese people, the better. It's please sponsor me, China. This you can find this podcast on TikTok. You can find Christoph here on. I'll link you to your stuff.
All right.
Do you want them to find you?
Sure.
Okay, I'll put stuff on Instagram.
But don't write me though.
Don't write him stuff.
No.
Yeah, follow him on TikTok. But he's the follower. He's the follower there, so you follow.
Yeah, I'm just a lurker.
But thanks for coming in, telling us a bit more about your Venezuelan adventures and German spirits, your kids,
for having
dogs. Me. And hopefully we'll do more shows and another one once the shows are back up in Berlin.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.